Hi everyone, this is Rosie and welcome to my studio where we can explore creativity together. Today I'd like to show you how to make some really cute little tags using the Tim Holtz Idea-ology tag press. So let's get started. For my images I'm going to be using the Tim Holtz rubber stamp set called Holiday Postmarks. So I'm just going to take out a few of them. They have some of different sizes here. And then I'm going to take my stamping platform and a piece of white cardstock. And I'm going to put some of these images on here. It doesn't really matter where they go, just putting them on randomly. I'll close the door. And then I'm going to pick up the stamps. Now I'm going to ink them up, and I'm going to be using the Tim Holtz Distress ink called Mowed Lawn. Now when you're using the stamp press, the beauty of this is that if you don't get a good image, you can go back in and stamp a second time, and your cardstock should be in the exact same place where you stamped the first time. So I'm going to close the door here, give it a little bit of a press. You can see right here I'm on the rubber side. This particular stamping platform, you have to reverse the door if you're using rubber stamps or clear stamps. So you can see my magnets were in the way. But no problem, because I just ink up again a second time. And close the door again. And I got a better image that time, but I want to do one more stamping, just so that I get a nice solid image on those tags. Okay, that looks good. Now, I do want to emboss these, so what I'm going to do is take a wet wipe and I'm going to clean the ink off of these stamps really well. This is just a baby wipe. I'm going to dry them just a little bit with a piece of paper towel and then go over them one more time. So I really want to make sure I get all the ink off. Now the next step is I'm using a bounce dryer sheet here just to get any static off of the paper, because I will be using an embossing powder on here. And then I'm going to take my Versamark ink and I'm going to ink these stamps up with the Versamark. And because I'm using the stamp platform again, I don't have to worry about repositioning anything. It's going to position itself automatically because I've moved nothing. So give that a good press. And then the next step will be to put on some embossing powder. Okay, so I will remove the cardstock. And then I'm going to take my embossing powder. This is Nouveau embossing powder and it's crystal clear color. And I'm just going to sprinkle it over all of the images until they're covered. And the Versamark ink will make this stick on there. Okay, and then tap off any excess. I'm just tapping it here. Okay, and then the next step is to go over this with the heat gun to make that embossing pop up. So there's the result of the embossing. Really makes the color pop. Now the next step is to cut these little circles out, and we have two ways to do it. So the first way that we can cut out these little images is we can take the plastic template that comes with the tag press, and on the template there are 3 circles. There's an inner circle, a circle in the middle, and an outer circle. And what we would do is take the template and place it over our image and center it, and then draw around the appropriate lines. So say if I'm doing the large tag, I would do the outer circles. Now the circles, you can do 3 different size tags with the tag press. You can do a 3/4 inch circle, a 1 inch circle, or a 1 1/4 inch circle. So the one on the outside that I just drew is the 1 1/4 inch circle. And I know that I don't have it centered properly, but that's because of the angle of the camera that I'm trying to work at. And then I would just simply take a pair of scissors and cut out the image. Now, the second way to do this is if you have a set of circle punches, you can take your circle punch. I have a 1 1/4 inch punch here, and you would simply insert it into your circle punch and then punch out. So that's the 1 1/4 inch size right there. Then the next step is to take the appropriate size ring and just pop the image into the ring. It will slip right in there. And then we're going to put the ring into the tag press. So if you look at the tag press right here, I'm pressing down the handle and there is a metal circle, a flat metal circle that comes down. And hopefully you can see that on the camera. You need to get your tag directly under this circle. Now you just kind of have to eyeball it when you put it in there because there's no stop or anything to tell you that you're in the correct position. Okay, so I'm going to put the tag in. I can hold this up a little bit at eye level to make sure that I have it in the right spot. I'm putting it in face up, and then you simply press. Now I'm not going to lie, it takes a lot of strength to press this down. So you might need someone who's a little bit stronger to press this in for you. Okay, and there is your finished tag. You can put a little hole at the top and add some string in, or whatever you want. These are really cute to put on cards as embellishments. Well, I hope that you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've enjoyed putting it together for you. Please like and subscribe.